recently.
Yeah, so we've been running a GoFundMe since November is when we started it, because what we wanted to do was record an album or record as much as we can and do a single. We're doing we want to do a video and all kinds of stuff, and there's a bunch of costs that go in with that. So we raised a ton of money, which has been great. Our fans have been super supportive, and we are kind of shutting down the GoFundMe actually tomorrow. We're splitting the last day into 2 parts like a Harry Potter movie. Just because I had 2 videos I wanted to post today, and I just didn't get time to post 2 videos.
So we got one of them up today.
We got one of them up today. Part 5, part 2 is tomorrow.
It's like when you count down, you know, playing hide and seek. 1 and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and if I'm being completely honest,
please,
I don't technically know how to turn off the GoFundMe.
Oh,
so so you can still donate if you're so inclined to find it, but we're gonna stop posting about it because I just can't anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the real truth. It'll still be there. There's plenty of ways to give us money if you feel it in your heart.
One of the best ways would be catch y'all at a show and put the money in the basket, tip jar, or buy some merch.
Absolutely.
And speaking of shows, is it Stubbs is coming up, or am I?
No,
okay.
that was that was a Throwback Thursday post.
Oh.
So no, our next show is this coming Thursday at Whip In. It'll be Sarah and Luke acoustic.
Oh, the acoustic duo. Okay, I did see that come up. Yeah, so have you played it at Whip In before?
We have, yeah.
And how do you like it?
I love Whip In.
Yeah, it's an awesome venue.
It is very cool, and it's one of those things where, you know, it's just it's a convenience store right there, but it's not. And then the side right there where they have they kind of fixed it up a little bit where it's the elements
are completely rearranged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I went out there one time a few years ago, and it was cold, and it was cold as fuck sitting in there trying to watch somebody. Because I was like, wait, I'm outside in a parking lot with like plastic sheeting. It's completely
different. They've completely changed it. I mean, on the inside too, they've taken everything out and kind of opened the room up.
That's cool.
It's more like a center.
Yeah.
Really? All right. What time is the acoustic set duo on? Oh.
8.
I
believe it's 8.
It starts at 7 the whole night. It starts at 7.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa Gale.
Okay. So there's a couple bands playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we're sharing the show with
us and then Melissa Gale climbed her band. So.
Nice. Okay.
Will be very cool.
It will be a very more intimate acoustic kind of show.
And then after that, when's the next time anybody can catch Luke and the Lonely as a full? Is there something on schedule?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff. There's a ton of stuff on our website. We've got days booked out till August.
Oh, speaking of website, did you put that up? Post it up, sir? LukeandTheLonely.com. And then Luke and Facebook.
Luke and the Lonely for Facebook, for Instagram.
Instagram, not Twitter though.
No.
Not Twitter,
Yeah, I was looking for y'all on Twitter, and there's a lot of tags for y'all, Luke and the Lonely, on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, and I swear, an hour and a half ago I was on there, and I was all, but you're on there, right? You've got a Twitter page?
I posted like 3 times.
Oh no.
That's interesting.
We all just found out Luke has a Twitter.
Dude, sorry, I didn't mean to throw you under the
man.
bus there.
Yeah. No, I don't. Look, I don't.
No, I find that pretty entertaining. Please.
No, I got Twitter at one point when it came out, and I just
when it came out.
Yeah, I think
when it launched at South by a
What's
decade.
this Twitter thing about? I guess I'll.
Luke's what we
coming near you. The Twitters.
Luke's what we call an early adopter.
Yes, I was an early adopter of Twitter. Also, I quit very early. I don't know. I just don't have anything to say.
No,
that's not in a song. I don't know. Oh, well, actually, I'm here on a podcast, so if I have something to say outside the song. But...
If it makes you feel any better, I just joined Snapchat on Thursday
nice.
night. So, and everybody's
what do you think?
like, I don't know how to use it. I guess I'll learn.
And she's fought with me forever on Instagram. So I have like 3 beers and a whiskey, everything I could grab, the .com and the YouTube and everything, and then live music and Austin. I have all of that also, including Instagram. And she was always like, "What's Instagram?" I'm like, it's like Twitter but with pictures. And she was all like, "What?" Okay, this is why I don't do it. I'm like, all right. And then she's like, I don't know how to use it. Boy, she was using the crap out of it the other night. She's all like, look, I got bunny ears now. So for the music, y'all, you said y'all are still recording, or
Well, we recorded at the very beginning of January, like starting out the year with new stuff.
And just went into the studio
Yeah,
and
we
hammered
were
it all out.
in there for a weekend, recorded 4 songs, and they sound pretty amazing.
Cool.
You heard him.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
sent Will a secret
Hell
preview.
yeah! I was all
nice.
like, yes. It's all
Heard the
really
mixes?
good. If
Yep.
that's what I was the mixes, yes, it was badass.
What's your favorite?
Mariachi. Is it Mariachi birthday?
Dreams.
Oh, Dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that was.
Sounds
And,
like
and then saw a video. Y'all were on Austin
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted. Yeah. And I heard it in the song, and I'm like, how are they doing that? I was like, is this synth or something like that? And then we watched the video, and somebody over here can do a freaking badass trumpet with her mouth.
Yeah.
I like, it was just like, wait, is she doing that? And then Marissa's watching, and she's like, wait, she's doing that with her. I was like, yes. That was
Yeah,
very.
thank
Is this just
you.
an unknown talent you had?
No, I
you've
had
always known
followed
you can-
this. I think Victoria Vox is her name. She was a ukulele musician, and she was on like Conan, I think, at one point. But she played the mouth trumpet, and I always remember that. And so I don't know. Recently, I was just like, I feel like I could do that. I feel like I could try
And
that.
you did, and
I
it was
just practiced
badass.
Yeah.
It
Can we
was-
hear some of that now?
You'll be hearing some of it
Yeah.
on when the
It's
band
set-
plays.
Calm down.
If you want the
If
mouth
you
trumpet.
pay us
The
a
mouth
fee.
trumpet.
No, I
So-
was about to give it away for free.
Oh, go ahead.
So let's talk about you guys. Who are you guys? Like for those out there in the
Oh yeah, people watching 3 Beers and Whiskey that don't
yes,
know Luke and
don't
the
know
Lonely.
you. Who are you? What's your name and what instrument?
Nick, you want to
play?
start?
No,
Yeah.
let's start in score order. So Luke
Oh.
first.
No, it should be Sarah.
Yeah, right.
Sarah and the Lonely. Didn't I hear that earlier?
Very appropriate.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm trying to get it to catch on, and apparently that's already really successful. You can
So,
say.
so tell us about yourself,
Oh.
Sarah.
I'm Sarah. I'm the
Hi,
unofficial
Sarah.
lead singer of the band.
Amy.
No, I do female vocals. I would say backup vocals, but it's kind of more than that. We do a lot of
Yeah.
duet stuff, and I feel like I've really come into like vocal solos throughout a lot of our stuff as well as mouth trumpet. And
Not
Dance
a lot.
moves?
There's not a lot
And
of
dance
dance
moves,
moves.
yeah. I had to do that with because I played a ukulele with my own stuff, and so when I started doing like just vocals, I was like, I don't know what to do with these things.
So do you still do your own stuff, or are you solely?
Yes, occasionally.
Okay.
I'll do
You
solo
get the
stuff. I
opportunity.
had a full band at one point called Sweet Louise, and he was guitar player because we don't spend enough time together already. But yeah, I was so used to holding an instrument. So when I was in this band, well, I was in another band doing backup vocals before that, but it was like a
You
struggle.
just feel
to
kind of
just-
naked and
well,
just like
my
all.
arms just naturally started doing this, and people would call it mermaid arms, and I'd stand there, and it was like a nervous tick or something, but my arms was just like, this is what we're doing when you don't hold an instrument. But it thankfully turned into like
Mermaid
full-on-
arms.
It's a good
So awesome.
Yeah.
Name the next album.
Yeah,
Mermaid
mermaid arms are just a,
Oh.
and it can be like a GIF or a GIF
And it's
of
just me
Sarah
with
just
it.
as the cover.
So you can get
But
somebody to do
Good
that.
idea.
Yeah.
thankfully it evolved into just like I'm just gonna go full on dancing with it, because if I keep to the arms, people are gonna feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, Sarah honestly gives me kind of, I feel like makes me have to do more.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
I didn't say that right.
No,
Like,
I've got
No,
like
I
a-
don't know. I get that.
You just push me because like if I sit here and be lazy, you'll quickly be the star of the show, which I can't have that. So.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
I can't help it. It naturally comes to
No,
me,
it's good. It's
so.
good. It's like your voice is just like everything. I swear, every time we run a song together, I'm showing her the song for the first time. Sarah will just start singing.
Take it.
And-
sir.
Yeah, at the end of the song, I'm like, yeah, I think that's the part.
Sure.
Which
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
insane. Like we rarely adjust that much, and I'm like, Sarah, I just showed you the song. And then oftentimes there's a lot of just solo stuff,
Mhm.
like that she's taking little lead parts, and so yeah, I have to stay on my
On your toes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've got a a Sarah like
Right.
life story, origin story.
Yep.
Luke.
Um,
Well, obviously there's a connection here.
how much
but,
time do we have?
2 more beers and a whiskey.
That's just
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Wow, you guys crush yours. Okay. Nursing mine over here.
No pressure.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Let's see. So I guess I'll talk about how the band.
say you're from
Why
Nashville.
don't you
Okay.
introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Why
Give
don't
us-
you
give
do
us
it?
something.
Okay, I'm from Nashville. I'm from a fairly musical family, a big old family of like 9 siblings. I like to mention that because that's kind of crazy
Wow.
nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have 7 brothers and 1 sister. Actually, just
rides for 7 brothers. That was. Sorry.
that's
Everybody?
musical. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, and you know that too. Damn.
No, the babies are good.
So Nashville, 9 siblings, you said?
8
Not
siblings.
8
Yeah,
siblings,
not
so
including
7
myself.
boys and-
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I actually just saw all of them. So we're all super tight. But anyway, I moved down to Austin like 5 years ago,
Okay.
and
Why?
well, so
Why
We
not?
don't mind because the music's badass and we're happy y'all are here.
So my journey to kind of being a professional musician was basically I went to college in Nashville. I studied engineering, and I graduated, and then I worked in it for like a year and a half at a desk job, and then when that job came to a close, I was living with a drummer, Jackson Turner. He's a badass drummer.
It just sounds like the title of a book. I was living with the drummer.
Right, yeah. No, and he literally said, "All right, show up at work on Monday at a restaurant." I was already getting my resume together to kind of, get another engineering job. I was kind of my tail was between my legs. Like
Oh.
I can't do this because I already wanted that whole time. I wanted to do music.
Right.
I was writing songs throughout college and sometimes at work.
At work, yeah.
Sorry to my employer after college. And anyway, he told me to show up on Monday, and I showed up, and I remember the manager was this Australian guy, this big Australian guy. He was like, "So you have experience working in restaurants?" That is what I was told. So I guess somebody lied on my behalf, and I remember just like,
Yes.
yeah. And thank God I didn't ask him more questions, but I worked there, and I guess I just got used to kind of like living. I was hanging around musicians and working at a restaurant, so I just got used to it.
Where he met his muse.
My muse, oh yeah, worked with somebody that became the subject of a lot of my songs.
He wrote a lot of songs about a fellow restaurant coworker.
Oh, yeah, that's a little too private.
You just have to
Not
listen
really.
to the music.
Yeah,
and figure it
Think about
out.
it.
You gotta dig really far. Yeah. So anyway,
We were gonna name.
I don't like to talk about it, but I do have pipelines that I can
Yeah.
tell you on the radio.
We were gonna name an album
Well,
after
well,
her.
here's the thing. She
At one point.
doesn't need like any more attention than my songs or I like her just kind of be an archetypal person in the songs, not a real person.
There you go.
Because she would love that attention. Anyway, so
Stroking it in.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, this is taking. I'm taking too long here. I want to get to the other band members, but So anyway, it's funny. I'm like an open book in front of a camera. Apparently, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're great on camera.
Yeah.
Screw you, Nick.
You're awesome. And it was all like, wait, and we thought it was just a podcast that was being recorded. Shit, we're live? Oh, by the way,
Man,
when it goes on the internet, it stays on the internet, right?
everything.
It's
Yeah,
worse
nowadays.
It's worse than Vegas.
Thank God there's so much crap on the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I moved. Basically, I worked for like a year and a half at restaurants. I was a horrible industry worker. Oh my God. I was like running. I would run the wrong credit card and like come back to the table. I'm so sorry, sir.
Oh.
And so anyway, I moved down to Austin because I was sick of Nashville.
Wow, that's so weird. I would interrupt you, but yeah, that's so weird because there's so many people here that they're like, oh, I'm going to Nashville, and they're leaving, going to Nashville, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
We
What's
love you,
it?
but
Dale
bye.
Watkins left Austin for
Dale
Nashville.
and some of the local,
That hurts.
Dale's kind of he's in the upper echelon there,
Right.
but you still got a lot of the local singer-songwriter guys that just decide they're like, oh, we're gonna go to Nashville. Well, I'm just gonna go for the weekend. I'm gonna go for and 2 years later, Eddie
Right.
Hernandez is still out there. So sorry.
No,
So
you're good. I mean, I
you
totally-
came this way, which we're happy about.
Right. Well, it's kind of. I always felt like here's my.
Keith and Ian's in Nashville.
Mhm.
Yeah, he is. Oh my God. that's
Sorry.
right.
Oh, AB's in there.
No, well, so our friend Mitch
Oh,
plays
okay.
saxophone for AD.
Oh, Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I know who
right.
Mitch is.
I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I-
That shouldn't have happened on
See?
camera.
No, that's okay. That's what alcohol does. It's all like, thank God they're T-Wing.
Yeah. Go on. Who's this Mitch guy?
Yeah.
No. So what were we talking about?
You got to
I only have half a beer.
Half a beer,
and it's all like,
yeah.
Yeah, so this is how I feel about the difference between Nashville and Austin. Like Nashville has all that industry, and so it always kind of felt, the vibe there kind of felt like you have to kind of be ready already,
Right.
but it's difficult to prepare in a town like that. And like what I mean is like kind of cut your teeth. And
That's
so
exactly what I was about. Yeah.
Austin is a better city. It's surrounded by more, so many great cities we can play around.
Mhm.
And so one of the jobs I had when I moved here was I was in a cover band, like singing at casinos and stuff, and just getting hours on stage.
Yeah.
And so it just, because you just go around to Dallas, you go to we go to Lake Charles,
San Antonio,
yeah.
cross over Lake Charles and
Yeah.
Shreveport. But Austin and this area is more, and it got described to me like this: the difference between Austin and Nashville was Austin is very band oriented. You're part of a band, you cut your teeth, like you said,
Yeah.
and you're in a band. But when you go to Nashville or you're from Nashville, it's about the singer songwriter, like the individual. You have the experience, so you as an individual are now in a songwriting group, or and that's everything's about the single person in Nashville.
For sure. I mean,
Okay.
so, and actually, it's funny you mention that, because when I moved down here, my intention was to kind of do a whole singer-songwriter acoustic thing, and I kind of fell into bands. And it was just way more fun. Also, I get way more done, like, thanks to Nick and Sarah, who, like, help out with a ton of the business stuff, because I don't know, I feel like this year I've finally been more helpful. But trying not to just quickly become a diva, just that's not my department.
I'm the lead
Not my
singer, and
department.
guitar player. Yeah.
So anyway, it's and bands are more fun. I feel like more gets done. It's easier to bring out a crowd to shows. And
Yeah.
it's just more fun. Also playing, like, I feel like Austin rhythm sections have made me a better.
There's some powerful rhythm sections and horn sections in Austin.
Well, but also just they yell at you at practice. They're like, dude,
Oh.
they're like, dude, you're off. Like, stop. Like, go home and practice with the metronome.
Yeah.
So.
So there was was it a Luke and Nick thing before, or were y'all?
Yeah.
It was
so
first the two of you guys, right?
Nick and Nick met through Oddbody.
Yeah, I had a band called the Odd Bodies.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
what it was.
With
Okay.
one
Yeah.
of my best friends in the world, Dave. See you Thursday, Dave. I'm going to Mexico. Dave's going to be there.
What?
Yeah, I'm meeting up with Dave on Thursday. So anyway,
Gosh.
Yeah. I messaged you like, hey,
So
how's
jealous.
the beach? You're like, no, that's coming up. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah. Anyway, so Dave and I had this band called the Odd Bodies, and then we were struggling a little bit. And Dave would also played in cover bands, the same cover band corporation out of Austin that Luke was in. So they knew each other from that. So we brought in Luke to help bolster our vocal section and also play some keyboards. And about 2 weeks after that, the band broke up. But I got to meet Luke, and then him and I started on working on his stuff, and he knew Sarah.
Through a
Thankfully.
mutual band member, which is very Austin.
Yeah, it's very awesome.
Yeah,
It's just total band incest.
That is. It's not bass player poaching, and it's not singer poaching. It's
No.
just band incest. That's
Right, yeah, no, you just play, everybody plays everybody.
You gotta make a note of that, sir. Band incest.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
band of word, okay.
But we had met through a
Yeah.
mutual band member and just had like immediate, I don't know, banter, each other. But
And we just started giving each other shit, honestly, yeah.
I mean, mostly
That's the
towards
best,
him, but
yeah.
he just took it, which is like great for me.
It's a story of my life.
She dishes it out and you
Yeah.
take it.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's a great setup. But we had talked a lot about like playing together sometime, and
Oh, that's another awesome. Yeah, like, oh, dude, we need to play together sometime.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Hey, whenever you're free, let me know. Yeah, okay.
So he started talking to Nick, and he was like, "Hey, I actually have a project." Just
I
trying
know
out."
this drummer.
Yeah, and I remember the first rehearsal we basically auditioned like My Secret Room, which is one of the songs you have out on Spotify, which I heard is a song you like, but
I did a review on that
Will
song.
reviewed it.
Yeah.
He's one of the few people that reviewed our debut single, My Secret
Thank
Room.
you.
Wait,
About
that was
Spotify.
that was a debut single? No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I had.
You
so-
got to it kind of late, if I'm being honest.
Wow, this
Well,
guy.
thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I don't know. I probably had it for a while before I sat on it, and I kept listening to it. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, okay, I got to write something about this, and yeah, that was. And then I played it for my cousin over there, who's. See, this is the camera thing where like this camera sees what she's doing, and we'll edit that in when I point it out to her later. Anyway, I was all like, "Oh, you got to hear this song," and I played it for her. She's sitting there, and I played it, and about halfway through the song, she goes, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, exactly." She was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "That's right." So it really, and then when y'all did it on, I'm plugging the shit out of Austin Uncharted, right?
Yeah.
When y'all did on that, she was like, at the end of it, when you watch the edited, where y'all are performing that, and she's like, "I have to listen to that." She's looking at the camera. "I have to listen to that again," and I was like, "Oh, exactly the reaction I had." I was like, "They really just did us. This is freaking awesome." So, anyway, that was bad. So I had no idea that was your like debut.
That was the first song Luke ever. No,
That was one of the-
Contagious was the first one he ever showed me.
Okay, yeah.
I remember sitting at Dave's house.
Which is funny because that's probably the song we played the least.
Yeah, it's down there.
Contagious?
Yeah,
Or okay.
it was a good tune. You happened to have been sick like that week. You wrote it a week before. It was the newest thing you had written.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and then I guess Secret Room was just such a ridiculous song that it
We were gonna try to do that with the Odd Bodies. It would have never worked.
Well, it was originally just a solo song, and then when he brought me in, he was just
Oh,
like, "I'm thinking it might
okay.
be a duet," and I was
As a
like, "Yeah, this
solo
needs to be a
song,
duet."
that just seems like that'd be like
Yeah.
super freaking awkward. But
Yeah.
as a duet, yeah. I mean, well,
the narrative.
of course, then again, the narrative
I'm-
it is really
I'm
solo.
It's a solo.
Solo.
By the way, I'm worried whoever's listening. I don't even know what we're talking about, but you know.
Oh, well.
But
They
go
Go
listen
on
to
there
it.
and listen
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it. Secret.
We're not gonna talk about it here again.
almost
Yeah, I know
1,000
we've got a
plays.
13-year-old in the room too.
Yeah, let's
all
not
of a
talk-
sudden, all of us are like,
Not gonna talk
so, sir.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hi.
We're not gonna leave you out. I see you over there all like, oh, hey man, I want some.
Yeah, I feel bad. We haven't.
Please.
Well, Derek's brand new with our group.
I'm a interesting little addition to the group because this is my second live show to actually play
Nice.
with them
Okay.
at all. So it's nice to.
And your first interview with the band?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is because I only started playing with them probably like a month ago.
So how did you fall into this lovely mess?
It's all him because
Nice.
I teach saxophone and flute and clarinet over
Okay.
at Music and Arts where Nick works at, and
Sure.
me and him went to school together and at Texas State,
Oh.
and so he just happened to know me from playing salsa bands and stuff and doing some other stuff.
No, but that's a different.
No, but that's
Unfortunately not.
that's a
different story. I would have loved to do that. Oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we sometimes use saxophone player. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So, we'll talk
Making
we'll-
connections.
Put a
Hey, put the
in
camera
perspective.
down. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
shit later.
So when I was a grad student at Texas State, I was playing. There's two. I was getting a degree in Latin music, and there's two Latin music ensembles there, or two salsa ensembles there. And Derek played saxophone in the top one
I
because
also
he's a
played-
sick saxophone player.
I also played bass in both of them.
Well, that came later.
And you don't play mouth sax though. You play.
No, yeah.
Your whole mouth horn section.
Although she kind of puts me to shame on it.
Instrument over here.
But yeah, so Derek came up to us because I was running the second band at the time, I think.
I think so.
Or was
Yeah.
Pete, well, somebody was, and Derek said, "I want to play bass in the second group as well." And we didn't know he played bass, but we
Because
let
he
him
was
audition.
killing it on
Well,
sax.
yeah, we let him audition. He was great, and
It just
like,
kind of
yeah, he's the one of the most
flourished
talented
from there.
multi instrumentalists in town.
Nice.
yeah. I teach saxophone, flute, clarinet, guitar, and piano,
Oh my god.
and
Oh, man.
I play a couple
Dope.
other things.
Are you from here in Austin?
From Victoria, went to Texas State,
Victoria, nice, okay.
lived in San Marcos. Nobody ever says that about Victoria. That's interesting. All right.
Victoria, man. I got a buddy that's a badass photographer. In fact, Danny Vivian, yeah, I don't know if he's watching. He will watch though. But he's a great photographer down there in Victoria, and
Right on.
he just is all like, "Oh, you got to come to Boot Fest."
No.
He's always trying to get me to go to Boot Fest. So I'm
Okay.
glad you see everybody
Yeah.
else in the room.
Yeah,
is all
nobody
like, they're all
understands
like, huh?
What?
But you got the laugh out of that.
Oh, that's really funny. Oh my god.
So you made it out of Victoria,
Yeah,
Texas State, San Marcos, and then just you
Yeah.
still in San Marcos, or you?
No,
live up here?
I live up here now.
Okay.
I'm going back there for grad school and stuff. But
Nice.
oh yeah, yeah.
So, what are you gonna
Alright.
study?
Doing jazz bass actually.
Oh wow.
Really?
Utah?
Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So
That is.
there's this amazing bass professor over there at Texas State, Utah Hamrick. He is a monster. Oh my gosh, I've never.
You have to tag him in
Oh,
that.
dude.
My
He
gosh.
turned. I didn't go to the concert, but some students of mine at Aikens High School went to the Texas State Jazz Festival,
Oh,
and they saw
yeah.
apparently
Oh, yeah.
Abel's in the
Yeah.
jazz band.
Oh yeah, dude, Abel's killing it.
Abel is everybody was
Cool.
talking about Abel.
Yeah, he is. Oh my gosh, he has gotten so much better.
Totally.
Amazing.
And they're all geeking out.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have a couple of music school kids.
Yeah.
Just nerding out about
Band
stuff.
geeks.
Oh, yeah, for real.
We have a lot of time to kill. We still have another beer and a half.
Yeah, well, I
And
mean,
there
we
comes
have
the
a
next
whiskey, and here
Oh, my
comes the
goodness.
third beer. See, this is, dude. Where are we doing on time? This is like ridiculously, like.
This is ridiculously fast.
That's what I thought. I'm like,
All right.
fuck, beer
Well,
drinking, whiskey
I'm-
drinking people.
What time we at? Huh?
I don't know. Where are we at, sir? Not that it matters. We're not like on a time crunch or anything, but
We're at
it's
7 minutes.
7
minutes
minutes.
in.
Wow, we're at 7 minutes in. 2 beers and whiskey.
Damn.
But
2
yeah.
beers of whiskey and a hit of speed. Like we're just all on it.
Right. So we crunched up all the Adderall, and we're all like, all right, that's what it is. But I'll brag on. She's Texas State right now, so Marissa's over there. She's
Oh.
just about to, and she'll graduate. She'll get her bachelor's in foreign language this year, and her bachelor's in education next year. So she's
Oh my gosh.
doing her double
Congratulations.
major.
Thank you.
So yeah. So that is.
But
So
yeah.
you're the recent addition here.
Yeah, I play around a bunch. I freelance a bunch. I have a couple other regular groups that I do.
Anybody you want to?
I mean,
Unless you're gonna offend the
shout
band
out.
leader, you shout out to
Shout out Donovan.
your
yeah,
other band.
the normal band that I play with is Donovan Keith.
Mhm.
He used to be the lead singer of Soul Track Mind and everything.
Oh,
When they
Soul
were
Track
starting.
Mind, yeah.
He after that ended, he started up his own thing, and we've been going for about 3.5 years now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot. They're actually in Terralingua right now, playing a wedding.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
private event, Terralingua.
Yeah, they're all the way out there.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not there, guys. Yeah, yeah. So, they're.
Oh, I'm sure they're watching it right now.
Oh yeah, they're playing literally right now, so it's fine. It's cool. Yeah.
What Luke and the Lonely likes to do is we like to find a bass player and then kind of trap them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did our last one.
Our last bass player, we're like, hey, just stick with us through this album recording. We just need your help. And then he stuck around for about a year.
And you're all like, why are you still here?
No, we weren't like that at all. We were just hoping he wouldn't remember that part of
We
it.
like to form
Yeah.
codependent relationships
Yeah.
with bass players.
Yeah, so now he's on the podcast,
Sorry, bro.
and it's
Right.
No, it's-
And a year, and this gets edited in 6 months from now. The edited clips come out, and y'all are like, oh, we remember him.
Right. Hopefully, if
No,
if
If
you
we
see
work the way we do, then he's still gonna be with us.
yes, if you
Good.
see Derek.
He'll leave.
If you see Derek out in the wild audience, go up to him and be like, "Oh, you're the bass player for Luke and the Lonely."
Yeah.
Just keep hammering that into his
Yeah.
head.
Yes. There you go.
Honestly, I'm one of those bass players that just like has multiple groups that they like to claim
But that's
to.
that's
That's
the
the
Austin
thing
thing,
with
though.
us. That's the thing
Yeah.
with bass players is we can't just stick to one group because then it's like, oh yeah, somebody needs a sub for this, somebody needs a sub for that. My bass friend needs a sub for this. We all kind of network with each other and then just kind of throw ourselves at
I know
gigs.
exactly. There's
Yeah.
plenty of guys that I've hung out with. Prior to doing this, where I was doing the photos and the reviews of shows, and then that's where I quickly learned is somehow the bass players are the golden boys
Yeah.
of this.
It's a great system.
They work more than anybody.
It's crazy, like just the unsung hero in the back of there, and like, oh look, and now he's been picked up by this band, and like, hey, I'm on tour now nationally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's,
I mean, bass players, they're and especially in Austin, they're just a rare commodity people
Yeah.
want. But that's the thing, like
And then
Jackie
before
Benson's
that-
bass player Nick is on tour with Kanye West.
Yes.
Like you'll
Wow.
get plucked from the top Austin
Yeah.
bands. to
We've
be
got
top nationals.
keep doing well enough.
was
and
it
then
a
somebody
Slagle?
just-
Yeah,
Colin
you can
Slagle
learn bass.
was based
No,
here
but-
forever in all these local bands with
I need
MC
subs.
Overlord and Vallejo, just all these different. Well, Vallejo and
Omar's,
Omar wasn't
yeah.
well when they would just do all of these things, because bass players just, hey, we need somebody good and slide it, and now he's off on the road with Pat Green for the last
Really?
6 years, and every now and then he drops in, and then we're all like, oh, hey, welcome home to Austin. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making $1 million. Like, shut up, bass player.
It's-
Damn it.
Literally the same thing that happened to Donovan's old bass player, Jimmy Hartman. He ended up on tour with Kyle Park and a couple other
Oh,
big,
really?
Yeah, a couple other big country acts
Yeah.
too. Like, he was just going to town, and he was all over the country. My gosh. Probably still is, I don't know, but he still books out a lot of bands around San Antonio and
Mhm.
stuff, so he keeps his ear to the ground around here, at least. That's what I know.
But Austin is, it's like not a breeder, the petri dish.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
For bad.
We need to come up with some positive metaphors for
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
know, band
I don't know.
I don't know.
Band incest is really good though.
Yeah.
I don't have to use the hell out of that.
It's accurate.
So I mentioned a band like a little while ago. And
Superphonicas?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
So, sir.
Let's
Yeah.
get to this.
Yeah, seriously.
Who
That-
are you?
So
are
my
you?
name's Nick.
At Nick Tazo.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
Taza, wow.
Man, we don't do that joke anymore.
We don't.
We used to.
Really need to bring
Every
that.
show, when they would introduce the drummer, they would introduce me as at Nick Tonzo Drums, which is my Instagram handle. Follow me.
Awesome.
That's. But they would never say anything. Our friend Megan still only calls me at Nick Tonzo Drums.
Yeah.
Megan
Hey,
Foothouse,
at Nick
check her
Taza,
out.
that's just interesting conversation how that happens, right?
Yeah. But I also play in a band called Superphonicos, which is a Colombian funk outfit here in Austin. Which
I'm all like, wait, I'm kind of weirded that you like actually have to introduce who they are.
I'm sure there's some people. Yeah.
Okay,
there's
there
gotta be some people that don't know.
I don't know.
We're
but,
not famous.
like,
There's plenty of people that don't know who we are.
My
I
boss
don't know. I disagree.
brought
I think you guys.
Superphonicos up, and I was just like, oh my god, another drummer. They're like, I'm in a band with him. She's like, what?
They're like, oh my
Really?
god, please!
Yeah.
And they're like, introduce us.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Well, nowadays there's like you can be totally famous, but then like a lot of people don't know you.
Well, I'm neither of those things. So
Yeah.
I'm not famous.
Nobody
I'm
knows
not
you.
definitely not famous.
You know what I mean? Like there's just pockets of people that really know, like millions of people that know. Because I mean, Superphonicos is like you said, not
We're-
like super famous. But you guys are like.
I'm very happy with what
Right.
we're doing.
Yeah, you guys are doing great.
Actually,
yeah.
we did have me and I play percussion in Superphonicos. I play congas and I play a Colombian drum called an alegre, which is like a hand drum. I play hand percussion in that band. But me and the drummer got together the other day just to do like a little sectional at the recording at the rehearsal area called Space on Manchac.
Oh yeah,
Food Lots Away.
Right.
So me and our drum set player got together just in the middle of the day, like on a Thursday, to get together and do some stuff. And one of the guys walking by came into the room because he recognized the two of us. And he was like, "Oh, you guys are the drummers for Superphonicos, right?" It's like,
fanboying on you.
yeah, I guess. Well, actually, he's not. He's
I guess
he's actually the video. He's the video editor for Sydney Wright, who we recorded with. And so we did a song with Sydney, and he's doing a music video for her. So he's seen us a million times because he's watched this video. But
I like the way you're
for a second, we both thought we were famous.
That all still counts.
It counts. It counts.
You got
Still
recognized.
So I'll derail
At
the
Sydney
conversation
Wright,
from
she's
like
great.
the individual conversations about. So back to the recording. Four songs.
Four tunes so far.
So-
we want to do more, but
So is the plan like, oh, man, like I really jumped the shark on this one. Bring it around. For the 4 songs, is there a plan on like a 4-song EP, or we're gonna do a single and a video and how are we promoting it?
the dream is
Yes, let's talk about the dream.
45 A-side, B-side,
Really?
first 2 songs, and
Holy shit.
a music video for the A-side.
Okay.
And then songs 3 and 4 will be released as singles. And hopefully by that time we will have been able to record some more stuff.
So how far apart are we talking? And there's a point to this question.
We're hoping for 6 months to 2 months. 6 weeks to 2 months
between each.
between the singles.
Okay. So
That's what we would love to do. We'll see what real life says.
and so real life with social media and how the internet is and how short fucking attention span has turned into nowadays. It sounds like the vibe and the thought process is more to stay relevant and keep on the edge as much as you can.
Stay
Is
in people's minds.
6 weeks, 2 months, let's just put it out. Let's do a single, let's promote the shit out of it, and then hit the next one and keep going.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's definitely the plan.
Ideally.
Yeah, we I feel like I want to strike a middle ground between,
A full length.
I mean, just as far as releasing, like everybody, nowadays you have to keep up with people that are just releasing, and so I believe in substance over quantity. But there has to be some quantity. There just does. Like nowadays, I mean, I don't know. I'm
have to, yeah.
Yeah,
Social media and the world has put you guys in a position where if you don't,
Worse.
but the
But
thing
love
is, it's
you
just
guys
like
in
how,
the live stream though.
but how it
Except for
makes
this. Yeah, you guys are great, audience, but in general,
yeah,
it's the bane of my goddamn existence.
It's not-
yeah, it's all, but that is just like, put it, because I've had that conversation with a lot of the bands that come on. Is like, wait, are you really, are you for it or against it? Because I'm of the really old school where, the art of the full length. So you hear your story, that what you guys wrote and the tale that you tell, not just in what you recorded, but how you put it in this order.
Mhm.
It has a purpose and a reason. But that doesn't mean anything anymore.
I'm the same way. When I have a Spotify, when I listen to my Spotify account, I only listen to full albums, top to bottom. I don't listen to playlists. I don't listen to compilations or anything. I want full albums. That's how I like music.
That's not. But I mean, even when like there were CDs, I would just I would have
Play
one or
your
two
favorite,
songs
yeah.
that, I liked.
But
I've
that's
never been a full album person, but I definitely feel like there's the other side of it of social media has turned
the business side of it.
into you have to keep it going, keep it.
What
Yeah.
you put out,
And
put
it
this
kind of
song
turns
out,
into
this
it
video out.
doesn't
just
matter
keep-
what you're putting it out as long as it's something, which is just
That's
kinda
and that goes to what you were just saying
Yeah.
is like the quality versus
Well,
quantity.
so here's my opinion. So I think, at least what I've observed and how I respond to great artists is like there's this guy named Andy Schaaf who's incredible, and like I got turned on to a couple of his songs, and now I listen to his full lengths. He just put out an amazing full length that's like a narrative from top to bottom, but he's willing to play the game of like releasing singles, and I think like there are a lot of people that are all just what is it what is it? Smoke and mirrors, like,
Oh yeah.
like they're just like oh here's another single, oh here's a cool selfie, and
But yeah, no,
and then you go to their
side. You're exactly correct.
you go to their like music and you find that I mean even if they have a catalog, there's just not a high quality.
No, you're like, you click on it and you're 15, 30 seconds into it, and you're like, okay, let me go to the next one. Let me see what this one's about. And you just start shuffling through as opposed to listening to the
more of these hot takes at Luke Billette on Twitter. What's the if you want more of his opinions about
you gotta
provide that Twitter channel for his take on modern music.
It's me again, Luke.
I mean,
spitting the truth.
your daily dose of Luke Billette knowledge.
I just thought, hey, we're on a live video podcast. I'm just giving my opinion. You can give yours if you want to.
So, do we have any thoughts, any statements to wrap all of our drunken jibber jabbing up? And
Yes.
oh,
First statement: come see Luke and Sarah Thursday at the Whip-In, 8:00, opening for Melissa Gail Klein.
yeah.
Melissa Gail Klein?
Yeah.
Melissa. She's great. We are, for all intents and purposes, ending our GoFundMe.
Oh, I love the way you said it correctly, sir. Oh, right here.
As opposed
Yes.
to what?
Intensive.
Yeah, it's just whatever butchered it. No, you said it the right way. Thank you.
I didn't realize there.
Yeah,
Oh, there's.
Everybody's
I didn't realize that was a
People on
problem.
the ground are all like, oh yeah, there's a bad way to say
Yeah,
it.
okay.
It doesn't make oh thank you for saying it right.
Anyway, so there's that. Also, we are gonna start delivering on our some of the perks for the GoFundMe.
Cool.
Obviously, the 45, the vinyl single that was promised to certain donor levels, can't be delivered until we have done that. So, but that's coming to the forefront of my mind. But T-shirts we can definitely start doing because one of the, I guess I have to use the word blessing even though I don't like it. One of the blessings we received is that we won through Margin Walker at Margin Walker.
Oh, Margin Walker.
Through Margin Walker and awesome merch, we won a contest. So we're getting 250 T-shirts and 1,000 free stickers from a merchandise company, Awesome Merch out of England that Margin Walker puts on. So
Austin Merch out of England.
Awesome Merch.
Awesome Merch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Austin,
England.
Yeah, Austin, England.
So that's really going to help us a lot because we are giving out shirts and we're giving out the first of those perks tonight live on your show to Faith, one of our audience members, who's a donor. So Sarah and Luke,
grab that
shirt over your shoulder.
Oh shit, Faith! Come here, Faith. Come on. Don't knock over the camera, but come on in.
There you are.
Thank you very
much.
much.
All right, there you go.
We're making good on our promise to
Here,
give you
Faith, come
shirts.
back. Faith, come back. Show everybody. This is what you got.
It's an awesome design, so if you want a shirt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brad Bond has done all of our designs, and if you've seen any concert poster or any band logo in Austin, you've seen Brad Bond's work because Brad does everything.
Cool.
He's the #1 dude in Austin right now for logo design and stuff. He's really great. So he did that design for us. We're gonna start, doing deliveries on perks
On the
and stuff
perks
like that.
from the
On T-shirts. T-shirts,
stickers.
Stickers we have a bunch. If you talk to me, I'll give you a sticker. To anybody. It doesn't matter. I give stickers to Uber drivers. I'll give a sticker to literally anybody that has a conversation
and you
with
can
me.
just stick them anywhere in the city.
Please
That's
do
just
on your
great
car,
publicity.
on your
Sticker slap at Come and Take It Live in the bathroom in the urinal.
Yeah. Is there one there? We played a show at Come and Take It Live. We played Skunk Fest. We played a heavy metal music festival that we didn't belong at.
See, this is all like deep the conversation because I love Skunk, man. We go back
Skunk's
so
great.
far.
He's great.
Love badass guitar player, everything like that. And he loves you guys, man. That is it. I was all like going through, and I was all like, "Look, there's Skunk. There's Skunk. What the
Skunk
hell?"
is mutual.
Yeah.
I saw him today. He's a great guy. Super
He is a
talented.
great
He's
guy.
awesome, and he puts on a festival every year at Come and Take It Live
Mhm.
called Skunk Fest, which is a metal festival that he curates and he books all the bands.
Oh,
It starts the way we were able to get on it. It starts at like 1 in the afternoon. They ease you in. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, it's heavy metal.
Injection.
But
We're the first rung.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
definitely earlier in the day.
if you get there at 2:00 in the afternoon, you're gonna catch yourself a Luke and the Lonely. So that's
ease
the.
into the metal.
I gave a little distortion, you know. Just
Oh.
get them ready. Wet their
All
whistle.
right.
Oh, so you're playing my debut supplemental. All
So,
right. Yeah.
I think we'll go ahead and. Here's the crazy thing is I'm like, I smell tacos and beans.
Mhm.
Food's about ready. So we are gonna. We've got beer number 3. I think in
Yeah.
hands for everybody.
I'm
She's
here.
working on
I
it.
think
so
I think Luke and Sarah are still on beer
I
number
think
2.
we're on 2.
that's
Yeah.
okay. That's
I'm about
okay.
to be done,
So, cheers to everybody out there. For the
It's
house
gonna be
crowd,
honest.
thank y'all very much for coming in and hanging out with us. Everybody out there watching, thank y'all very much. Luke and the Lonely, thank y'all for sitting down and having a rambling conversation just about
That's great.
y'all
Thanks for
selves
having
and
us.
Thank you,
everything.
Will.
I got to
And
learn so
Marissa
much
for
about
having
Well,
us.
Marissa is taking care of the food for us, so I think Rudy, we're ready to cut cameras.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go ahead and
Tom
cut
Cruise
cameras.
Studios.
We're gonna go ahead. So Tom Cruise Studios, thank you, sir. Live music in Austin, 3 beers and a whiskey with Luke and the Lonely. Make sure you follow these guys on Luke and the Lonely. It's all spelled out, really. And 3 beers and a whiskey. We will see y'all out there in the ether world. And Thursday at Whip-In. Of course, now you're watching this.
What time?
Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Oh,
shit.
really?
Friday at Whip-In, the 28th.
Usually I do that.
I'm out of
Friday
town.
Whip-In.
We're playing
It's not my fault.
Friday the 28th.
Go on the fucking internet and
What
look it up,
You
okay?
can do that in post, right?
If you
Yeah.
go Thursday, you'll see
Yeah.
Deerfell. I think.
What time?
Oh, okay.
What time?
Like 7-ish? I don't know.
7-ish. Perfect.
It's Friday.
So- And Google Calendar. So we're gonna cut the stream, and y'all hang out for a few minutes. Go to the bathroom, get yourself another beer. We're gonna redo stuff here, and then we're gonna come back with a performance from Luke and the Lonely. So thank y'all very much tonight, everybody in the house. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate everybody here. Thank y'all. Cheers. 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 And
Don't